up, everyone? Welcome to another video. And today we're going to be cooking. So I just went to the grocery store and got my food for the whole week, and I'm going to cook my chicken that I make every day for lunch. I cook it in bulk at the beginning of the week, and then I have it every day for the rest of the week so I don't have to worry about it. So first thing we're gonna do is preheat the oven. Now I preheat the oven to 420 degrees. Depending on the strength of your oven, I guess, or how well it gets hot is gonna depend on what you put it on. I have to put it on 420, and I still have to cook the chicken for an hour. So I do 30 minutes on one side and then flip it and do 30 minutes on the other side. One thing you're going to need that is essential to cook this chicken is a pan like this. Major component of cooking this chicken. Instead of using like a stainless steel pan or whatever to put inside your oven, you're gonna have to wash that afterwards. This cost me 88 cents at Walmart for this. And I can put all my chicken in it. It's deep, so you don't have to worry about it spilling over or anything like that. If I wanna put liquids in here, it'll hold it and be fine. And then when I'm done, all I do is put the chicken in some Tupperware and I toss this in the garbage and I am done. The first thing you need to do before you start cooking is make sure your area that you're about to cook in is clean, because you're gonna be working with raw meat. Another thing that I do is get some paper towels. And I put these paper towels down right where I'm about to put my chicken, so that when I'm cutting it up and stuff like that, if any juices fall, they might fall on the paper towel. If they spill on the counter or whatever, I'll just clean it. But I like to get most of it with the paper towels. So I grab my chicken out of the fridge, which is right here. Like I said, I put it down right here. Then I take my pan that we talked about earlier, and I put that up here, because that's where I put my chicken. So then I get my knife. Go ahead and spread this open. This chicken can be very macro friendly, depending on if you have a lot of macros or a little bit of macros. You kind of have to plan ahead since you are making it in bulk, but if you know what your macros are going to be for that week, and hey, I have a little bit more to spare, then maybe use a little bit more olive oil. Or if maybe I don't have a lot to spare, a lot of macros to spare this week, because I know I'll be going out at night a lot or whatever, then just go easy on the recipe. So I always take each piece of chicken and I kind of cut it in half. I guess maybe the right word is butterfly, but who knows? I'm not a chef. I just know it cooks. The heat distribution is much more equal as the chicken cooks if I cut it in half, so I don't have any raw pieces. And I try to trim off a little bit of the fat as well, just because I don't like eating. I'm not going to eat it anyway, because I don't like eating fatty meat. So I might as well just cut it off, and then I don't have to worry about cutting the chicken up once it's cooked. I just weigh it out to however much I want, and then I eat it. Another tip that I'll give you is I use one hand to hold my knife, and I use the other hand to handle my meat. So one hand is pretty much clean from raw chicken, and the other one's all soaked with chicken. So this is good, because at the end I'll show you when I'm throwing this out or whatever, I can still touch the handles and not get raw chicken everywhere. But you see, when I cut that chicken, I just cut it all down the side and just spread that thing wide open. It's gonna keep it thinner. And you would think you could cook it faster, right? But my oven's it's kind of old and it takes a while. My macros right now, currently, are 350 carb, 60 to 70 grams of fat, and then 180 grams of protein. Now, that's about anywhere from 26 to 2,700 calories per day. And right now I'm weighing in at about 200 pounds. So I'll probably go up a little bit more. All right, so the meat's all cut up. And like I said, now I have that free hand. So this night, I didn't touch any raw chicken. It was just on the butt. of the knife. So now I take the chicken hand and I grab the empty chicken, and then I use the other hand to open up the door. Now we've got all of our meat right here, all cut up, ready to go. Now we're going to season the meat. Breadcrumbs, pink Himalayan sea salt, black pepper, garlic powder, and olive oil. Extra light, extra virgin, light taste, whatever. All these olive oils, they all have the same macros. You're still getting 14 grams of fat per tablespoon, but I just get the light stuff anyway. As my calories have increased over time, that's when I've increased the breadcrumbs. So back when I was cutting, or when my macros were lower, I would not be using breadcrumbs because it's just adding more carbs that I want to save for whole food. But it makes it taste better. So now that I have more macros, you know, I can increase the calories on just this food and still have plenty for the rest of the day. But I always use salt and pepper and garlic powder and olive oil. Even when I'm cutting, I'm still using olive oil with my chicken. But I'll use a lot less than I use now. I do about a tablespoon on each side of the chicken, so this is really going to help the chicken stay moist. Don't be afraid to put salt on your food. When you're sweating and doing a lot of sweating, your body's going to need that sodium when you're working out. So, I mean, don't go overboard and go crazy with it, but if you're cooking the majority of your food and you're not always going out to eat, you're going to need to supplement and use some sodium because you're not getting it if you're just eating your food plain all the time. So it's not a bad thing to use salt. But I will say, when you go out to restaurants and go get stuff to eat, you know, for fast food or whatever, since they use a lot of preservatives in their food to, you know, transport it around, there's a lot more sodium than when you go to the store and buy a plain chicken breast. So next I put garlic powder. A quarter cup, so 28 grams is one serving, and that's 20 grams of carbs. 1 gram of fat, 4 grams of protein, but I'm really just counting the carbs with this. So that's a quarter cup, and I pretty much do about a quarter cup on the top, and then when I flip it, I do another quarter cup. All right, so you can see first side is all seasoned. And the way you're going to track these macros, in MyFitnessPal, I believe when you put in baked chicken, homemade baked chicken, it's going to show up like for every 8 ounces, I think it's like 14 grams of fat or something like that. Now, when I cook my chicken, I cut all the fat off, pretty much all the fat. So I know I'm not getting 14 grams of fat per serving of chicken. But when I put on this olive oil and stuff like that, and I add all these other ingredients like the olive oil and a little bit of breadcrumbs, I just track what is on MyFitnessPal already. I don't add extra carbs or add extra olive oil or anything like that because I'm bulking. Now, if I was cutting, totally different. First of all, I wouldn't be using these breadcrumbs. Or I might be using them at the beginning of my bulk, but as I progress deeper into my bulk, my cut, I would definitely not be using breadcrumbs just because I'd rather get food from somewhere else or carbs from somewhere else. And for olive oil, I would track it, and I would probably use like a half tablespoon on each side, just depending on what my fats are. But anyway, all that to say, you can create these, you can make this chicken have a lot of macros and a lot of calories, or you can make it, you know, very lean and have it have little calories. So here we go, into the oven. I put it on the middle rack. Then we're gonna set that timer. Here we go. Kitchen timer. 30 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button and I'll create some more. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.